what is the role of Informatica in that, and what is the role of BA. So what are the advantages of Informatica, and what is an OLTP, what is an OLAP. Okay, so what kind of modeling we are going to follow here. So what are the BA tools that we have. So what kind of tables that we are going to use in this data warehousing environment. So all these things will try to understand in the first 3 to 4 classes. Then I will be walking you through Informatica after that. Okay, so the prerequisite for learning, Informatica is that you should have a very good SQL knowledge. You should have very good SQL knowledge, and you should have good knowledge on Unix commands and even the Unix scripting. Okay, so these are the 3 prerequisites that you should have. SQL knowledge is must and should. You can any RDBMS knowledge is any RDBMS, whether it could be Oracle or it could be SQL Server. Okay, and it could be or anything Teradata. So any RDBMS knowledge is required before you learn the Informatica. Okay. Right. So for the since for the first 3 to 4 classes we'll be discussing only the data warehousing concepts. So I want you all to brush up the SQL knowledge that you have. Okay. As part of the training, we'll discuss only the Power Center concepts, and we'll slightly touch the SQL knowledge also. The important concepts of the SQL. Okay. Right. So for tomorrow, from tomorrow onwards, we'll actually start the regular classes. For today, we'll try to understand what is a data warehouse, what is an OLTP and OLAP, and so what is the role of Informatica. We'll try to discuss in today's class. Right? Okay. So for any organization or any company, data plays a major role. Data plays a major role. Data plays a major role that you have. So what is the purpose of storing the data? The main agenda of storing the data is for data analysis, which is nothing but business analysis. Business analysis. So for any organization or any company, just a minute. Right. So for any organization or any company, data plays a major role or a important role that you have. So if you take an example of a company called McDonald's, okay, let's say we have a McDonald's, let's take an example of the McDonald's outlets that we have. So this McDonald's outlet is nothing but it's a fast food restaurant which basically serves the food items to the customers. So whenever a customer asks for any food item, the agent over there, the agent who is present in the McDonald's outlet system, okay, so he is going to enter the customer order details through the front-end application that they have. Okay, through the front-end application. So what is the name? Okay, what is the address and what kind of food items they need? Right? So what kind of food items that the customer needs? So all these details will be entered through the front-end application in the McDonald's outlet. So or else, if you have, if you are making any online order, so you will be entering your name, your details, your phone number, your address, and the items what you need through the front-end application, through the online front-end application that they have, right? So the front-end application that you have, that McDonald's is using, that may be something designed by the front-end languages. That could be Java, okay, that could be .NET. That could be .NET, or that could be designed on D2K forms. Okay, that could be designed on any kind of programming languages that you have. So since the programming languages or the front-end application is not capable of storing the information should be stored somewhere in order to have the future reference or to have the data analysis. So for this reason, we have something called as a back-end technologies. We have something called as back-end technologies. So back-end technologies, which is nothing but which is nothing but server or database. Okay, so database here is nothing but it's a software package, so that contains the data, that stores the data in the form of tables. That stores the data in the form of table. So the information or the data that is entered by the customers, okay, or the transactions that are made by the customers from the front-end application through the communication box, it enters the data into the database tables that we have. So the databases that basically supports the application, we call them as the application databases. We call them as a application databases that we have. So we have many databases, many RDBMS that we have in the market. So we have Oracle, very popular Oracle, which is from Oracle Corporation. So we have SQL Server, which is from Microsoft. We have Teradata, which is from Teradata Corporation, and we have Sybase, which is from SAP. Okay, so all these different RDBMS that we have, so which will support the data to be stored in the form of tables. Okay, so all these for all the databases that we have, the communication, like how we are going to communicate is that by using the SQL, which is nothing but a structured query language. Okay, using the structured query language, so the users will be communicating with the databases that we have. Okay, so every application needs to have a place in order to store the users data. So for all the operational aspects of the system, okay, for all these operational aspects of the system, the databases, we call it as a OLTP systems or the OLTP databases. Okay, so the OLTPs are here are nothing but online transactional processing system. Online transactional processing systems of the processing databases. Okay, so the every application will have a OLTP system and will have a OLTP database. So which basically the design is optimized in such a way that it can receive a single record at a time. So the typical examples of this OLTP systems are like, so we have ATM withdrawal system. We have alien application, or you have banking applications. If you take any e-commerce applications like you can take Flipkart or Amazon. You can take eBay. So all these things comes under the OLTP system that we have. Okay, OLTP systems that you have. So basically, whenever you book a product through this OLTP application, okay, the data will be added to the OLTP system, which is called as a transaction. Okay, so you're going to do the transactions, whether it could be a financial transaction or it could be online transaction that you have. So all these transactions will be stored in the OLTP database that you have. So all these systems or these applications, we call it as a OLTP applications. Okay, so OLTP applications, these are called as a online transactional applications because so very frequent transactions will be happening. So if you take a banking application, very frequent transactions like crediting the amount, debiting the amount, or so these kind of transactions that will be highly happening on the OLTP systems. Okay, so the OLTP systems are basically the systems where all the operational transactions of the store, all the operational transactions are stored, all the operational transactions are stored, and these are the backbones of the company. These are the backbones of the company that you have. These are the backbones of any company which basically stores the transactions of that particular application. Okay, so the OLTP systems these basically are continuously available. Means that the users of the application will be having the round-the-clock access to them. Okay, so this basically contains the predefined access path that supports the day-to-day transactions, and because it supports the day-to-day transactions, there will be large number of users accessing the system, and the high volumes of transactions are supported by using the OLTP systems. Okay, so that is the core part of OLTP. So for any business, okay, for any business, because of this importance, so the OLTPs are the first parts of the organization that has to be computerized. Okay, that has to be computerized. So let's take an example. So we have taken McDonald as example. So let us say the McDonald application is present. So this is the retail application that we have. So this is present in different parts of USA. Okay, this is present in, let's say this is present in different parts of America. So it's present in Atlanta. Okay, this is present in New York, and this is present in let's say New Jersey. Okay, we have the McDonald outlet present in different parts of the country. Okay, so let us say I am the sales manager of the company. and I would like to analyze how the business is performing. Across USA. How the business is performing across USA. So this is one OLTP system where this stores the data in SQL Server. Okay, this is one OLTP system where it contains the data. Where it stores the data in Oracle, and this is one OLTP system where it contains the data in SAP. So if you observe the OLTPs here, three different OLTPs are present where the data is residing at different technologies that you have. So one is at SQL Server, one is at Oracle, and another one is at SAP. Okay. So if I am the sales manager of the company, I would like to analyze how the business is running across the whole USA. So if I have to do that, so I have to walk down first into the Atlanta. I have to analyze how the business is running. So after that, I have to walk down into New York. I have to analyze how the business is running. And after that, I have to walk down to New Jersey, and I have to analyze how the business is running. So if I have to do that, it's a time-consuming process for me. Okay, it's a time-consuming process for me. So time-consuming process for me in order to analyze how the business is running when the data is present in the OLTP system. And the OLTP systems are designed in such a way that it contains only the current data. Okay, so the OLTP systems are designed in such a way that it contains current data. So current data in the sense, so it contains only at present data. So if you look into ATM system, okay, so if you go and take the mini statements of your account, so it is going to hardly give you the last 5 or 10 transactions of your account. Okay, last 5 or 10 transactions. So if you have performed all the 10 transactions today itself, were you able to get the last day transactions? No. Were you able to get the last week transactions? No. Were you able to get the last month or last year transactions? No. Because the OLTP systems or the banking ATM withdrawal system, basically it is designed on a OLTP system, so that it contains only the current data. Okay, so the OLTP system always it contains the current data. It contains the current data in the OLTP system that we have. Okay, and so since we have the current data here, so it is not possible for me to analyze the business, to do the analysis properly. Why? Because so analysis in the sense, I wanted to compare my business with different time periods. Okay, so I wanted to compare this quarter business with the last quarter business, this year business with the last year business, and this month business with the last month business. So this is what we do the analysis. This is how we do the analysis in order to know like the business is going into the profit zone or the business is going into the loss zone. So this is how I'm going to analyze. Okay, I'm going to compare my business with different time periods. So if I have to compare my business with the different time periods, so I need the historical data. I need the past data for doing the analysis. So since I have the current data in the OLTP systems, so it is not possible for me to do the analysis when I have the data in the OLTP systems. Okay, and so if you look here, so I wanted to do the analysis. Across USA. I wanted to do the analysis, but not on individual system. So if I have to do across, the whole analysis on whole USA, so I don't have the integrated data here. So no integrated data is present in the OLTP system that we have. So the data is present in different applications. The data is present in different applications that you have. Okay. So in order to make the analysis, I wanted to integrate the data that you have. So since the OLTP systems, okay, it is not possible to analyze the whole business, okay, when the data is present in the OLTP system because of all these limitations that we have in analyzing the business. So in order to overcome all these things that we have, so what I'm going to do is that, so I'm going to extract the data that is present in multiple OLTP systems. Okay, I'm going to transform the data. I'm going to extract the data, which is nothing but data extraction. I'm going to extract the data that is present in multiple OLTP system. I'm going to transform the data. And I'm going to load the data. Into a very big database, which is called as a data warehouse that you have. So this is called as a data warehouse. So what is a data warehouse now? So the data warehouse contains the data integrated from multiple OLTP systems, okay, and it is going to store the historical data. That you have. So historical data in the sense, so I'm not going to delete the data from the data warehouse. So always I'm going to insert the transactions coming from all the OLTPs. Okay, always I'm going to insert the transactions coming from the every OLTP that you have. Okay, and so the data that is present in the data warehouse is an integrated data. It's an integrated data because I'm integrating the data. I'm integrating all the transactions that is coming from multiple OLTP systems so that you have So once I have the data present in the data warehouse, so what is this data warehouse? This data warehouse is also again a RDBMS. Okay, it's also again a database. So that contains the data in the form of tables. So this also contains the data in the form of tables. And so we are going to perform the analysis based on the data warehouse. Okay, so because of this reason, a data warehouse is called as a OLAP database. This data warehouse is called as a OLAP application or the OLAP database that you have. So what is this OLAP? So the OLAP is nothing but online analytical processing system. Okay, so because based on the data warehouse, we can perform the business analysis. Because of that, we call the data warehouse as a OLAP system. So the data that is present in the multiple OLTPs, is extracted and loaded into the place which is called as a data warehouse. Okay, so the best data warehouse, the best database that supports the data warehouse is Teradata. Okay, right. So a data warehouse, again, it's a database where you can build on any RDBMS, so which serves the purpose of the business analysis. So this process of extracting the data from multiple OLTPs, transforming the data and loading the data into the data warehouse, which is called as a ETL process. So this process is called as a ETL process. So what is meant by ETL here? So ETL is nothing but it's an extraction, transformation and loading into the data warehouse. So Informatica here so acts as an ETL tool. Informatica Power Center. So this tool basically acts as an ETL tool, which is going to extract the data from multiple OLTPs, transform the data, and load the data into the data warehouse. So like Informatica Power Center, okay, we have many other ETL tools in the market. So we have Data Stage, okay, which is from IBM. So this is from IBM. We have Informatica Power Center, which is from Informatica Corporation. Okay, we have Ab Initio, so which is another ETL tool. So this is from Ab Initio Corporation. Okay, and we have SSIS. So this is from SSIS is SQL Server Integration Service. This is from Microsoft. Okay, this is from Microsoft. So these are all the ETL tools that we have in the market. So which has the capability of getting the data from multiple OLTPs, transforming the data, and loading the data into the data warehouse. Okay. So what led the Informatica Power Center stands on the top of every ETL tool is that, so the Informatica Power Center has the very rich resources and which contain the rich features in performing the data integration. Okay, in performing the data integration that you have. Okay, so Informatica Power Center, so basically it grabs only 30% of the global market that we have, but it has various features and various data transformations that can basically transform the data, and whatever technology that you have in the current market. So whether it is SAP, whether it is any RDBMS, flat file, or the PDF, or the recent Hadoop. Okay, whatever technology that you have in the market, Informatica Power Center has a connection adapter to that particular technology that can get the data from any technology that you have. Okay, whether it is web services, whether it is Facebook. Okay, so the Informatica Power Center, basically it has the connection adapter to that particular technology, and for the purpose of training and for the purpose of working also, Power Center is the most flexible tool that you have in the market. Okay, so that is the reason more number of projects are implemented on the Power Center, Informatica Power Center, and more number of openings are there on this particular tool. Okay, so that is the reason Informatica Power Center is the mostly used ETL tool that we have in the market. Okay, right. So back to the point, like so once you have the data in the data warehouse, so it is easy for the business users or the clients to in order to analyze the business, like how the business is running, and whether it is going into the profit area, whether it is going into the loss area. So what is the particular outlet which is actually getting a good revenue, and who are the best customers, and in what days actually we are getting a good revenue, on which product we are actually attaining good profit, and so what kind of promotions I can make in order to more promote the existing products that you have. So this kind of analysis, or how much profit I am going to attain, I am basically attaining on the daily basis or the monthly basis or the yearly basis, right? So this kind of strategic decisions or the analytical decisions I can basically make by looking up the data in the data warehouse. Okay, so once you have the data present in the data warehouse, so let us say if I am the business user of the company, so I am not a technical person to directly query the data and analyze how the business is running. Okay, so if I am the sales manager of the company, so I may not be aware of SQL in order to query the data, or in order to extract the data and analyze how the business is running. So for that we have another area here, so which is called as a BI area, which is nothing but a presentation area, presentation layer that we have. So where all the BI tools are used here, where all the BI tools are reporting tools, where all the BI tools or the reporting tools are used here. So which basically queries the data, from the data warehouse, which basically selects the data from the data warehouse, and they present the data in the form of the pie charts, okay, or bar graphs, or the dashboards, which are called as the reports. Okay, so these tools, these reporting tools are the BI tools. Basically, they select the data from the data warehouse and they represent the data in the form of reports. They represent the data in the form of reports. So basically, the business users, they actually view the reports and they are going to analyze how the business is running. Okay, so like how we have different ETL tools in the market. So we basically have different BA tools also in the market. So which is nothing but Cognos is a BA tool, and we have SAP Vivo, we have MicroStrategy, we have SSRS. Okay, so Cognos is from IBM, SAP Vivo is from SAP, MicroStrategy is from MicroStrategy Corporation, and SSRS is from Microsoft. Okay, so these are all the reporting tools that we have. So that basically selects the data from the data warehouse and they represent the data in the form of reports. They represent the data in the form of reports that you have. So the people who do this reporting, they are called as the BI developers. BI developers. So business intelligence developers, and the role of this ETL process, they are called as ETL developers. Okay, they are called as an ETL developer that you have. So as an ETL developer, what you have to do is that, so you have to design the plan of ETLs, which is nothing but a ETL design or a ETL plan. So you have to design the ETL plan. Means that, so the ETL plan basically contains the source definition and the target definition and the transformation role. So you have three objects in order to create the ETL plan. So which is nothing but the source definition, target definition, and the transformation rule. So you have three objects for this ETL plan. So source definition is nothing but it's a source table. Okay. Target definition is nothing but the target table, and the transformation here role is nothing but it's the transformation that you use. The transformation that is used. Okay. So as a ETL developer, so you have to design the plan of ETL. So what is the source definition? Maybe the table that is present in the OLTP, which is nothing but a source definition. So what is the target definition? The table that is present in the data warehouse is nothing but a target definition. Okay. So if at all you have to integrate the data coming from two different systems, or you wanted to do some transformation logic like removing the duplicates or removing the unwanted data, okay, replacing the null values. So all those things you are going to do with using the transformation that you have in the tool. Okay, so as a ETL developer, you have to design the plan of ETL, which is nothing but a ETL plan. So where this ETL plan in Informatica, we call it as a mapping. Okay, we call it as a mapping. So as an ETL developer, you are going to design the plan of ETL, which is nothing but a mapping. Okay. Right. So that is about the demo that we have. So if you look into the course content that we have, okay. So for the first 3 to 4 classes, we'll be covering the concepts of data warehouse and the business intelligence. I mean, so what are the different concepts that we have, the architecture of the data warehouse, the different phases that we have here, okay, and what are the kinds of OLAP that we have, right? So data modeling. So what are the different concepts that we have in the ETL process? So once, okay, all these things are done, okay, for the first 3 to 4 classes, all these things will be discussed. So after that, we'll start the Informatica Power Center. Okay, so we'll try to drive the training in a very real-time manner. So what I'm going to do is that, so I'm not going to explain you like how the others are doing with the employee table and the department table, with the sample tables that you have in the database. I'm not going to explain with that. Okay, so the training will be it will be more or less like a project training that you have. Okay, so we'll try to understand each transformation that you have. So because Informatica have the core part of Informatica training is understanding the transformations. Okay, so I'm not going to say every transformation with a simple example. So wherever they are used, okay, in the real environment, with the same example, I'm going to take here. So I'm going to take a retail project, a sample. So you can consider this as a case study or a mini project. Okay, so with understanding the project life cycle, so I'm going to deal with every transformation that we have and every functionality that we have in the Power Center. Okay, so you have the different tables that we are going to use in this training purpose, and so it will be more or less like a real-time project. Okay, so understanding the project, we are going to see every option that we have in the Power Center. Okay,